Hey, let's do it here in 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Mix 1041, MixTV.tv, and I'm joined by my longtime friend, Greg Rush, with Jim Rush Funeral and Cremation Services. Greg, how are you?
Steve, I'm doing good, man, and let me tell you, on behalf of all of your employees and your listeners, thank you for whatever you did to cut back on what you drink in the morning. You're a lot more calm than you used to be.
I wondered where that was going. Well, they'd love for me to come see you sooner than later. But anyway.
No, absolutely.
Greg, you know what? So many people in Cleveland and Bradley County, they have known you, they know your parents, they've known your brothers and sisters, that's where they're your family. But there's a lot of new people here.
Yes,
and we know
there
that.
are.
And
yes.
So just a little bit of history about you and the funeral business.
Absolutely. Steve, I'm in my 43rd year of funeral service here in Bradley County, and I had the honor and the privilege to serve with my dad for 35 of those years. And he passed away in 2013, but he was an excellent teacher, and I basically just tried to emulate what he did, because in my opinion, and I'm biased, of course, as any son would be, but he was probably the best I had ever seen. And I've been to funerals, all over the place. So he was an excellent teacher. We became Jim Rush Funeral Homes in 2003. Changed our name from Buckner Rush to Jim Rush Funeral Homes. And, in 2012, my dad was kind of at the retirement age, and we needed to do something. And I knew that, the majority of all of that would fall on me, so I did what a lot of funeral homes do, and nowadays is took on a business partner. And Heritage Family is his, company. And what that allowed me to do is that took all of the business stuff off of me. And it has allowed me to do what I love to do, and that is meet and wait on families and help them through some of the most difficult times that they'll go through. So that's where we're at today. And when you call Jim Rush Funeral Homes, you're going to, if you have to use our services, you're going to either get me, my brother Mark, my brother-in-law Darren. We are the licensed funeral directors at our funeral home, and so you're going to get a Rush family member to deal with. And that's just the way it's been for a long time and the way it continues to be.
We're joined by Greg Rush with Jim Rush Funeral and Cremation Services, and that's great history, but now let's talk about present day, and you just mentioned a little bit, but a little more for those people. Let me say this. I know that some people, and more of us, should be planners, and they should be, go ahead and take care of things. What's the advantage in a pre-need, Greg, with Jim Rush?
Well, the advantage of doing that ahead of time, Steve, is a lot of the information we have to have is easier to give before you have to give that death certificate information, biographical information, that type of thing. When my mom used to tell me, when we would get on her nerves, you're on my last nerve. Well, when people come see me, that's what it is. I mean, they're have got one nerve, and you don't want to get on that nerve. So anytime and any information and things like that you can get beforehand is always a benefit. It also freezes the cost of whatever that I have control over, which would be all the merchandise and things like that. So there is a huge advantage to doing it beforehand. And also, we honor any pre-need that has been written by any other funeral home, in-state, out-of-state. We honor that. And with all the new people coming in, if you have a pre-need, we will certainly honor what you have, whether it's cremation or whether it's traditional services.
Greg, if people wanted to come and speak with you or your family at Jim Rush Funeral Home, what would they do? How do they get a hold of you?
They just simply call the funeral home either Wildwood Chapel. We've got 2 locations, Wildwood Chapel on the south side of town, North Ocoee Chapel on the north side of town, and you can call either one of those. And we'll be happy to meet with anybody and sit down and talk about what you do have or what you want to do. And Steve, we've got the reputation of not saying no because there's some unusual requests out. But we try to honor everybody because everybody's unique, and we try to honor everybody's request. So we'll be happy to sit down with anybody and talk about that.
Greg Rush with Jim Rush Funeral and Cremation Services. So I also, one thing I hear about you and your funeral home and have all my life, and of course my grandfather, who was a pastor here for over 60 years,
Absolutely.
loved your parents, and my grandmother did. But one thing I've always heard of the way people are treated. You're, like I said, it's a family business, but your team and your associates are so caring and so good to people. It really, in really most cases, is the darkest day that
Yes.
they've ever faced.
Yeah. Steve, and it's an honor, man, to do what we do. And I appreciate you saying that. I thought the world of your grandparents, by the way. My dad, he taught us that. You know, it doesn't matter what the family situation is because every situation is different. Everybody deserves to be treated well, to be offered good services and not have them compromised because of a family situation. So that is what we try to do. It's just my dad taught me that, and that's what we try to carry on now.
Greg Rush, Jim Rush Funeral and Cremation Services. All right, I know you've got a great website, and there are ways in which people can reach out to you. What would people do if they want to see you online?
They would just go to jimrushfuneralhomes.com, and we have a very nice website that's very informative, and or they could call us 423-472-4555 or 423-476-6558 to get in touch with us. And again, Steve, it would be an honor and a pleasure, and I don't say that lightly. I don't throw that out there or throw, sunshine out like that. I mean that. And because what we do is an honor and privilege, and that's the way we look at it. And again, it doesn't matter what the family situation is. We will do what we can to help that family, and it's what we do.
Jim Rush Funeral and Cremation Services, my friend Greg Rush. Greg, great to see you. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Steve, it's an honor, and on behalf of your staff again and your listeners, thank you for cutting back on whatever it was you were drinking in the morning, because you are definitely calmer. You're calmer.
That's because I'm asleep. Anyway.
Okay.
Hey. Don't forget, of course, 2 locations. We always say Jim Rush Funeral Cremation Services, North Ocoee Street, the North Chapel, Wildwood Avenue at the Wildwood Chapel. And we'll come right back in a moment.